simplify the expression 6 square root 27 plus 4 square root 75. So first thing I notice, two radical expressions. Second, we are adding them together. So when adding radical expressions, the key thing you need to remember is that you need a common radicand before you can add them together. So the radicand being the number under the radical or inside the radical. In this case, we have a 27 and a 75. These are not common, these are not the same. So we must simplify until they are. So in this case, we are going to have to simplify both sides because both of these are not prime numbers. So start with 6 square root 27. And then we'll also have to simplify 4 square root 75. So starting with the 6 square root 27, we need to simplify by finding the prime factorization of the radicand, in this case 27. Break that down into two factors, 9 and 3. 3 is prime, so I'm going to lock that in. 9 is not, so I'm going to break it down one more time to 3 and 3, which are prime. So now I'm going to rewrite this, bringing back in my coefficient of 6. So 6 square root 27 equals 6 square root 3 times 3 times 3. So now we're at the point of simplification where we can identify identical pairs so we can clean up some of these numbers under the radical. So pairs, remember, are sets of 2 that are identical. So circling set of 3's that I see, that pair of 3's is going to get together to make 1. And then I'm going to kick that 1 out to the front with the coefficient, leaving us with a 3 times 6 on the outside and a 3 left on the inside, for a final simplified answer of 18 square root 3. So since this radicand of 3 still doesn't match the 75, that just tells us once again that we still need to simplify the 4 square root 75 so we can match and then add. So same thing here, 75 we can break down into 5 and 15. So 5 is prime, so I'm going to go ahead and lock that in. 15 is not. I can break it down one more time into 3 and 5. And those are prime, so we can lock those in as prime factors. So now rewriting everything, bringing back in the coefficient of 4 and the radical sign. So 4 square root 75 equals 4 square root 3 times 5 times 5. So now we're at the part of simplifying where we can circle identical pairs. So identical pairs in this case are the 5's. They get together to make 1, and I kick that out to the front of the radical, leaving me with 4 times 5 on the outside and 3 left on the inside, giving me a final simplified answer of 4 times 5, which is 20 square root 3. So now, as you can see, these both simplified down to have the same radicand, a radicand of 3. So now we are good to go ahead and add these together. So adding these together, you would have 18 plus 20 on the outside or in front of the radical, and then you would keep the common radicand of 3. So you add the coefficients, keep the radicand, the common radicand. So final answer, 38 square root 3, which is answer choice D.